Welcome to Learn Yourself. Today we are going to learn and understand about potential energy. This topic is under CBSE Standard 9 syllabus from the chapter Work and Energy. So what is potential energy? Potential energy is something object has gained due to its position. Some work we are doing on an object. So that work is stored in terms of energy into that. And that energy we can utilize further for some more action. Let us consider one example of rubber band. When we are stretching a rubber band. So this is a rubber band and it's in its normal shape. So when we are stretching it, I am doing mechanical work on that, and when I am leaving it, it will go far with some speed. Again, this is a rubber band in its normal shape. When I am stretching it, I am doing some mechanical work on that. I have transferred my mechanical work to that, and this energy has been stored in this rubber band in terms of potential energy. I have done some work on that because I am still stretching it. Now that energy has been stored in this rubber band in this situation. Now when I am leaving this, then it will gain some velocity and it will go far from this place like this. So whatever energy has been stored in that has transferred to the kinetic energy, and whatever work has been done on that work has given some energy to rubber band. Now let us understand what is potential energy. So here potential energy possessed by the object is the energy present in it by virtue of its position or configuration. So position means I have stretched the rubber band, or configuration means that is how it has made. For example, toy car. We are just winding the keys of the toy car and the spring remain inside the toy car will become, the spring remain inside the toy car will get some turn and it will compressed because of the winding of the key. Now when you are keeping it down on the floor, that spring will slowly open up and that energy will transfer into kinetic energy and toy car will move forward. So all these types of position of the object will give a certain amount of energy. So the energy stored into an object because of its position or because of its situation or configuration, that energy is known as potential energy. Now these are the examples. Stretch rubber band we have seen. Then second example is stretch slinky. Then winding key of the toy car. So when we are winding a key of the toy car, then our mechanical energy has stored into a potential energy in the spring, and once we are keeping it down on the floor, it will convert into kinetic energy. So energy gets stored due to the work done on object. To gain potential energy, we must do some work on the object. Then only our mechanical work, our mechanical energy has been transferred to that object in terms of potential energy. And that object will store that energy in terms of potential energy, and then that energy can be transferred into another energy. Because simply we cannot create energy and we cannot destroy energy. If there is an energy, then some work has been done on that object. So in that terms, we are just transferring energy. Energy stored in terms of potential energy. When we are doing work on an object, we are storing some of the potential energy in the object. Now let us understand how potential energy will work. So object's energy will be increased when raised through a height. For example, this is a block and I have raised this block for a certain height, say h. So this work has been done on this object, and how much work we have done on that object, that much energy has been stored into this object. Now suppose if there are some energy, then that energy will be increased by doing certain work. So due to this height, this energy has been stored in this object. Work done is against gravity. Now, whatever work we have done here, that we have raised this block from this ground to certain height. So this is against gravity, because gravitational force acts towards downward and we have raised it opposite to that. So this work is against the gravity. So here energy whatever stored in terms of potential energy is known as gravitational potential energy, because it is against the gravitational force. So that's why this is known as gravitational potential energy. Because this energy possessed by an object, that is because whatever work has been done on that, that is against gravitational force. So that's why this potential energy is known as gravitational potential energy. Now if we want to derive equation for a potential energy, then this is our general equation of the work, that work equals to force into displacement. So F equals to, we are writing here m into g. M into g we are substituting here at the place of F, that is force. Now S is our displacement, that for a certain height we have raised this object. So this much distance has been covered through this path for this object. So that S we have replaced with h, because for certain height we have raised this object. So we have written here h. Now the energy equation for this object is potential energy equals to mgh. This mg, that is representation of force, and h, that we have raised this object for certain height. Now when we are choosing a path, for example this is a path A and this is a path B, that here we have raised an object in a straight path and here we have chose a different path, but in both the path we have taken object at similar height. So in both the cases whatever energy gained by object will remain same. So potential energy is not depending upon path, it is depending upon at which level you have raised the object. If you have raised the object till here, that is level 1, then whatever path you will choose, in another object also the energy gain will remain similar. It is depending upon level. Yes, if you have chose another level at the second level or at certain height which is higher compared to this level, then that object will gain some more energy. But if the level will same, then path doesn't matter. The energy possessed by the object will remain same, because potential energy is not depending upon the path you choose. The potential energy depending upon the level you choose. Level means at which height you have taken the object. One height represents one level, another height represents another level. If the levels are different, then energy will be different. The measure of the energy or the magnitude of the energy will be different. So potential energy is not depending upon the path, it is depending upon the levels of the energy or the height at which you have raised the object. The energy equation for the potential energy is mgh, where mg represents the force and height represents at what height or at what level you have taken or you have raised the object against the gravitational force. So hope this video has solved your doubt. In coming videos we are going to cover some important concepts. So don't forget to subscribe, Learn Yourself. I'll see you in next video. Till then, keep learning, keep sharing.